Let's go.
Live with the Wolfhard Roar!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. Special Monday show coming at you. We're adding some more shows. Yeah, I can't hear you, Spee. Hopefully that's just me.
Hello.
There you are. Okay, I got you now.
That was a quiet victory Monday. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I did anyway.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Well, that worked out well. We're so buttoned up here. But listen, we're adding some extra shows to our weeks here. We're gonna keep Tuesday night live. That's where our special guests. We go deep dive into the Giants. Friday, as you saw last week, adding some betting into our repertoire. Talking about our 5 picks for each week. I think we did pretty good this week. I got to talk to you about one of them. But then on Friday, we'll recap how we did the previous week, talk about this upcoming weekend's picks. And then Monday, we're recapping the NFL weekend. And we had some doozies here, buddy. You want to get right into it?
Yeah.
What game from the week?
Let's talk shop.
Yeah, which match from the week had you fired up to talk about first?
So I mean, we could start with there's a lot of places we can go. There's a lot of places we can go. But I personally would love to talk about the Rams Colts game. And you know, I know it's a touchy subject for a lot of people.
For some reason,
That quarterback that's quarterback in the Colts. You know what? Listen, Daniel Jones still had a pretty decent game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm not gonna be biased about it. He still had pretty decent numbers. He ended up putting up 24 for 33, 262, 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Now we got to talk about the biggest play of the game, though. A.D. Mitchell had what was going to be the play of his career, and was taking what I think it was going to be an 80-yard bomb, or
it was over 70 yards. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was 70 plus yards. Made a great play, breaking a tackle, about to take it to the house. Would have been 2 touchdowns, and who knows how it changes the game at that point. My man, like every highlight you ever see, just wait till the ball crosses the goddamn goal line before you start celebrating. He starts to get a little jumpy, fumbles the ball at the goal line, goes out of the end zone, touchback. Unbelievably bad luck for Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts. And they end up losing the game there. I don't know. What do you think about that play when you saw it?
That's a play. It happens maybe not every season, but you see it
feels like it
regular enough, maybe one a year, where it's like a slight like break in focus or something where you're in such a rush to celebrate. And this is a dude I was listening to NFL on Sirius a little bit today, and like that's a dude who's like a bubble player, really fighting for playing time and all of that. Dude, you just had a 75-yard touchdown and you wipe it out, a career highlight, and you wipe it out by dropping the ball at the 1 because you were in a rush to celebrate. You fumbled it out the end zone. So it's not like you get it at the 1. That's a turnover. It's a touchback. The other team gets the ball. You went from a 70-yard touchdown to a turnover. Unbelievable. But these guys just have to be smarter. It's like obviously not on purpose, right? But the next day, you have to be so tortured thinking about the points you left out there, and then they lost. So everything just going the wrong way for the Colts in that one. But those are 2 good teams, pretty well-rounded teams. Rams are sneaky this year, man.
Dude, listen. I mean, Stafford looks like vintage Stafford. He put up 375 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Puka had a day, 13 catches, $170 for a touchdown. Like that team is going to be a problem. They should have won against the Eagles. They came back and they won a very important game. So good on the Rams for bouncing back. Tough loss for the Colts. But hey, that was a fun one to watch. That was one that's the one I want to talk about.
Real quick, shout out to the chat. Yeah. We see you, Bartlett, Insider. Our man Eli is on the road, but he's tapping in. And Jerry from Insider had the eye black. He had the eye black going for Dart, which was you gotta love it. And Jerry's gonna be joining us Tuesday night. I hope.
I can't wait for that.
I hope Jerry's coming. But the eye black, I mean, he's got to do it every week now.
You have to.
right?
We have to know.
We're saving the Giants for last, and we're going to deep dive Tuesday night. We got Bob Papa, Giant Insider. It's going to be a good one. The next game I want to touch on, New Orleans and Buffalo. Buffalo wins 31-19, but little, off-putting that score. You think, oh, they still won by a decent amount. That was a close game. After the third quarter, that was a 21-16 game. And I say this because a lot of Giants fans are skipping ahead, skipping New Orleans and acting like we're 2-3 and trying to revive this season. But New Orleans did not quit at all. Maybe Buffalo didn't give them everything they had, but anybody can beat you any given Sunday. And that was proven. I mean, we proved it to the Chargers. The Giants proved it to the Chargers this week. But the Saints hung around with Buffalo way longer than anyone expected. What were your thoughts on this one?
Sorry, I got just a little distracted here, guys. So I have to break some news, Jeff, that I just came up on Twitter.
Oh shit.
Our owner, John Mara, just got diagnosed with cancer.
Is this real?
Real talk. He just put out the tweet. He put out the statement. Recently diagnosed with cancer following a treatment plan. Damn. Crazy news today. Just dropped. It's wild. For as much shit as a lot of people talked about John Mara, he's still a human. Cancer still sucks. And this is shitty news that we just got.
Wow, breaking news. And Giants fans, keep those comments, whatever you're thinking, keep them to yourself. Don't put any of that shit out there. This is way bigger than turf on the field or a football team or anything else. He's a dad. He's a grandpa. He's a lot to a lot of people. So let's keep it classy here. We're sending thoughts and prayers from Revival. That is,
man.
I mean,
I didn't mean to drop this, but
no, it sucks. They didn't say what kind of cancer, right?
No, nothing. Yes, nothing yet. Just undergoing treatment, man. So it sounds like he said, "I'm committed to seeing this through for a positive outcome." I mean, that doesn't sound good to me. And again, I'm rooting for him. Hope the best for the man. Again, whatever you think about the football side of this shit, leave it out right now because we don't want to hear that. This is a man that's got cancer, and we've all seen loved ones go because of it. So
exactly right.
Shout out to John, and let's hope that he could fight through this and get through this battle, man. But sorry about that. Listen, Victory Monday. You know what? Yeah, Jerry. Kick ass, John. That's all we're all on Team Mara for this aspect right here. Whatever you think of him off the field, that's fine.
Yeah, I would like to see the Giants community rally around this and hopefully bigger picture here. Wow, that is
sorry. Let's get back. We can get back on track. We'll talk about this more. I'm sure Bob's going to have some great insight on this, and Chris will have a great insight on this tomorrow. Jerry, same. So look forward to hearing more about it tomorrow. But sucks. But this is the world we live in, man. But let's get back to positive here. Let's talk about this Bills game, right? Because real quick on a quick synopsis on it, that Bills team, that's a Super Bowl contending team at home, and this game is close, very close until the third quarter. Like Jeff said, Rattler took care of the ball. Kamara's still Kamara. They could run the ball. They could run the hell out of the ball. Kamara had 70 yards. Kendra Miller, they're this is a post sleeper. This is 2 years removed, but this kid has some skills. They could run the ball. We can't stop the run. That is where the game is won and lost there. Because Rattler, I don't think he's going to beat you. I don't think Rattler's going to beat you. I'm not too worried about it. He's the worst quarterback that we played so far in the first 4 games. Yep. Don't let them beat you on the run, with the run, and force Rattler to beat you. If you can do that, you can win the game. Maybe Debo's got a little bit insight into what it takes to stop them. But again, good on the Saints for showing some life. Don't think this is going to be a rollover game for the Giants. We're not those guys. We don't have rollover games.
No, we are the Saints on everyone else's schedule. Yes, keep that in mind. Okay. Next up, a heavyweight fight by 2 teams who started off behind the 8 ball this year, but Kansas City gets it done 37-20 over Baltimore. And now you're hearing a lot of noise from Ravens fans just furious at, feeling like their window has closed now. Kansas
How crazy is that?
Kansas City putting up 37. But I mean, Spagnuolo he doesn't get enough credit somehow still. And Kansas City's very, very lucky because, you think of Andy Reid, Mahomes, and Kelsey for their dynasty, but that's a defensive coordinator who stayed put. And when you're that good at your job, you get promoted and you go coach somewhere. And for whatever reason, he's good with staying there. And I don't blame him. If you're happy in a place and you're getting paid well and you like just running the defense, he tried head coach. He did it interim for the Giants. And then I think the Rams maybe for a year or two didn't work out. But here's a guy who's got a nice, I just sounded like Collinsworth. Here's a guy. He's got a nice little setup in Kansas City, and he is the reason they are winning and have continued to win through these offensive struggles of the team, as I've been saying, averaging 22 points a game until this one over the last year and a half. Are the Ravens done?
I mean, dude, you gotta. So the bigger story here, not only did they get completely shut down, but Lamar Jackson had a hamstring injury. On top of that, you don't know for a running quarterback that uses his legs, and it's a big part of his game. That changes a lot. I don't know if he's not going to be able to go, but to drop to 1-3, they have 8 starters that are missing on defense already. Lamar Jackson, seems like one of those years, those cursed years that happen to a lot of good teams. And, again, this window is getting smaller and smaller for these championship teams. They don't last forever. You lost the season, it looks like, at this point.
Well, yeah.
Brutal.
Even good teams have those years where it's just like, all right, this ain't it. You throw in your chips and you're like, see you next year. And this seems like one of those seasons for them. They're 1-3 now. It's going to be tough getting out of that division. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for them. Tough sledding. And Lamar Jackson is not a pocket passer. Their whole offense wisely is predicated around he's the most athletic quarterback we've ever seen. He's insane, an insane threat to take it to the house anytime he touches the ball, but it also impacts their read option plays with Derrick Henry. He's not going to take those. So it completely changes their offense, and he's better off just sitting out a month and getting right. And Henry
didn't do much. He got completely shut down in that game. Outside of Justice Hill's 71-yard touchdown late, that offense just was completely shut down, and a lot of it is because of Lamar Jackson. They took out Henry, and that offense is they're in trouble, dude. They're in trouble. They're playing. They're playing the Texans this weekend, and that's not a gimme. Maybe the Texans got right with their win. Then the Rams, Bears. They got some tough games coming up, and it seems like this one's lost for them. It seems like a lost season. Crazy to see the Chiefs bounce back though on the opposite end of the spectrum. Now they're right back in it. They were about to be 0-3 if they came in and lost us. They turned their season around. They're right back in it, and they never die. They never die. The champions never die.
They got too much pedigree over there to just completely fold up unless there's injuries and stuff like that. But they got Worthy back. They're getting Rice back at some point. We thought that they might be trading for Tyreek Hill. I completely invented that rumor. There's no truth to it, but I just think it makes all the sense in the world.
Well, they got Worthy back, like you said. Now Rashee Rice, I think he's coming back. So I think they're going to be set. It's all coming together, and they'll be right there with that defense, man.
Well, real quick, you mentioned the Bears before, and they won 25-24 over the Las Vegas Raiders. And I just want to highlight the fact that on Friday we were talking about this game and the spread, and you very rarely see a half a point spread. Yeah. And that's what the Bears were getting, half a point in this game. They win by 1 point. It's like Vegas, not the Raiders, but the gamblers. Imagine knowing that much. This could be a tie game. This is how close this game is going to be. And was it a block kick at the end too?
It was a block kick, one of the 18 that have happened, I think, so far this season, to end the game again. And also a pretty cool note, because the long snapper for the Bears came on and did an interview afterwards. He's like, I noticed when the long snapper was hiking the ball, he would always do a movement before he hiked it. He caught onto it, told his guys, final play of the game, block kick. It's things like that. They go unseen that changes the game. And you got the Bears now sitting pretty. That would have been a devastating loss to a Raiders team. It is a devastating loss for the Raiders team. That you feel bad for Pete Carroll. They were right there, the chance to win. But man, how many games? Rams game last week. I feel like there's 4 last week.
Philly blocks a kick every week.
Block punt again. Special teams. I don't know if the coordinators got to get their shit together. It's been such a wild special teams season already. You have 65-yard field goals going in at will. We had we got screwed on the Dallas one, and then you have block kicks that end games. Like, we're all over the map here.
Yeah. Real quick, let's catch up on Supers before we get to the last couple of games we wanted to highlight. Revivalists of the year. Who else? Bartlett. Who you got to F around here to buy some merch? Love to rock a Revival hoodie for my guys down here in Carolina Beach. We need some help with merch. Let's just call it like it is.
We might put out the bat signal. Anybody has a merch guy, please get them in touch with us. Send us their contact details, because we are open for business. We want to get more merch out. We just can't get it off the freaking ground right now.
And it's on us, but we've done 2 different merch runs, and we definitely are due for another. Even if we have to buy in bulk and do it ourselves, screw it. We need to get merch out there. But thank you, Bartlett, as always. And then Big E chiming in. After watching these teams in week 4, 49ers, Bears, Packers, Vikings, Raiders, Cowboys, Patriots, all these teams are beatable, and the Giants can win games. And
isn't that funny?
Yes, and Green Bay, man, what a weird season they're having. They start off.
They look like a Super
Bowl contender,
yeah,
to losing to the Browns, and then tying the Cowboys, which is one of the games we're going to highlight here before we wrap up. Just an insane season for them. But there's very few teams, like the Eagles are winning without playing good-looking football,
right?
And they have these huge plays that go in their favor. But if I see people cutting up film and they're not doing anything spectacular, they're just winning games. And if you're winning ugly, that's such a good sign, because then when you figure it out, you can start steamrolling and you're just stacking wins in the meantime. So I hate watching. I can't stand watching Philly. They're infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. But yeah, the Giants have life now. They have Jackson Dart, and we're going to wrap up with a quick Giants thing. But
let's do it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but losing Malik Neighbors, you can't even understate how massive a loss that is for a team that's trying desperately to crawl out of the dungeon of the NFL. And as soon as you get some life at quarterback with your future, your rookie, you lose your best offensive player, your alpha receiver. And it's worse. And it goes so much beyond, just right now and how Jackson Dart could use him. But the Giants have the worst wide receiver room in the league, by far the worst in the division. And that was when they had Malik Neighbors. But now you don't know what Neighbors is going to be a year from now. You don't know if he's going to be ready. And players are usually not themselves the next season. And sometimes they never are again. So it's just absolutely devastating for that to happen to Malik Neighbors in the first half of football with Jackson Dart. It's unbelievable.
Dude, we have. If we didn't have bad luck, we'd have no luck at all. I don't know I don't know who sold their soul for the 2011 championship year or 2007. I don't know what happened there, but we are clearly paying for it. Every one of our wide receivers, from Victor Cruz to Nix to Beckham to now Neighbors, Saquon tearing his ACL. It took 2 years for him to get back to peak Saquon. For explosive players like Neighbors, you don't know. And now, a lot of people say, hey, don't trade for somebody, wait till the draft. But okay, say you draft someone and Neighbors still not ready or 100% by next year. What are you doing then? You still have a rookie wide receiver and not much else. So, I advocate for I'll throw out a name later.
It opens up a lot of questions, because the Giants are 1-3. This is not pegged to be the year, right?
Right.
They have the least cap space in the NFL. I don't think it's the year to go broke trying to trade for a receiver necessarily. I don't know. There's no
unless it's a long-term guy. Unless it's a guy that's going to be here next year too. Somebody that's under contract, that's in a bad situation, that may play for our division rival that might be a little salty about what's going on there. Just saying, there might be somebody, but I don't want to deal with their Eagles either.
He can't be happy. He can't be happy. He's already got his Super Bowl. He's furious over there.
He is pissed, and he's putting down Instagram shit. Anyway, but to Big E's last point on his point, we always worry about the schedule. But then 1 week changes, and the 49ers look beatable. The Bears look beatable. Green Bay looks beatable. The Vikings, like everybody looks beatable again, right? So it could change at a dime. That's why we always we preach at the beginning of the year, like, yes, the schedule looks hard, but it always changes.
And you know what? This already feels like, I mean, the Bills probably look like the best team overall, but this seems like one of the years that the team that gets hot, you know, for the last 3 weeks of the season into the playoffs could be the team that runs away with it. I mean,
absolutely.
You saw the Giants do it twice. Just getting hot, getting healthy at the right time could be enough to catapult you through the playoffs. But Eagles and Bills, I would say, are pretty much in their own tier right now.
Facts.
And then whatever you want after that. I mean, it's a mess. Yeah. It's a mess after those two. Let's see. Keeping it in the NFC East for a minute, Washington loses to Atlanta. Washington was without Jaden Daniels. They were without Terry McLaurin, my highly invested fantasy draft picks that I made.
Yep.
And so they go to Atlanta. I think you took Atlanta in this one. You had a feeling. I didn't. I thought it would. I mean, it's not like it was a blowout. They put up a lot of points still. I knew Washington wasn't going to get run over. I think they're well coached. And Atlanta, this is a nice bounce back for them after falling to Carolina. So Atlanta's going to look for some consistency, but that's a good sign at least right now.
Agreed. Hey, listen, the Commanders dropped to 2-2 now. They're right back in the thick of things. And I'm guessing Daniels, I think he was practicing a little bit at the end of last week, so he will be close. I'm guessing he will be back on forward, but hey, it's a big loss for Giants and NFC East fans. Big win, especially for Penix. That kid, he needed a big game. And
finally got Drake London going too. That was the game that if anybody drafted him, that's the game you've been waiting for. Hopefully you were still starting him.
Agreed.
Because it happens. But yeah, that's a tough loss there, Washington, but I think they'll have both their guys back for their next game. Two more games real quick.
Sorry. Shout out Bijan Robinson. Almost 200 total yards. That kid is a star. That's
absolute star. Bona fide. Last night, Sunday Night Football, Green Bay ties Dallas in overtime. A 40-40 game. Dallas can put up points, man.
Yes,
they can score even without CeeDee Lamb. They showed that they can still hit the scoreboard pretty heavy. The Packers probably in shell shock. I think this became like back and forth, kind of crazy game down the stretch. But what do you think this means for either team? Like, does Green Bay need to come back down to earth, and is Dallas maybe not totally cooked?
Dallas always has a chance with that offense. As you said, they can score points without CD. Like, I know what's his name? George Pickens had a big time game for them. They still got they can run the ball. They still got a good tight end in Ferguson. And Dak is Dak, man. Say what you want about him being an average quarterback, whatever the hell you want to say, not getting it done in the clutch. He still puts up regular season numbers every year. Every year he's healthy, he does. So they're there. That defense is still horrific. But it's more alarming about the Packers, who, looked like they had a pretty decent defense, and, you got yourself Parsons. You expect a big game. Yeah, he had a sack, but 3 tackles, not much else. They got torched for what was it? 319 yards and 85 on the ground, like 117 on the ground. Sorry, but like this is a wide receiver group that they should have been able to handle, and they did not. They did not handle them at all.
And nobody knows Micah Parsons better than Dallas. And make no mistake, they were running away from him. They were every time they knew where he was, and they were scheming around him as much as possible. Jerry Jones accidentally said it during the week. He's like, well, just because they have Micah Parsons doesn't mean they're going to win the Super Bowl, as we showed. Like something like that. I'm like, Jesus, Jerry.
I mean, he never minces words, Jerry. He says whatever is on his mind, or his heart on his sleeve. But it's true now. Like, who are you scared about on the Packers, defense now, other than Parsons? it's they haven't looked great. Like you said, they've been an up and down roller coaster team. Love finally has a good game, but the defense no shows. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it.
But you're right. When you can score that many points, you can win any given week. They've now had opponents score 37 and 40 against them this season already and didn't lose either game. That's the clip that they can score at. So Dallas will remain dangerous. Okay, last game. The New York Giants get their first win of the season over the previously undefeated Chargers. I mean, what a coming out party for Jackson Dart. The stats won't pop off. If you didn't watch the game, you might say, oh, he only had that many passing yards. But this dude was poised and dangerous. His legs are a real threat. Hopefully his hammy's okay. He pulled up at one point. But there were plays where you saw poise beyond a rookie at all, let alone his first game. Specifically one play when we were backed up into our end zone. And he, left the pocket, moved to the right, directing the receiver, completes it, gets us up the field for a first down. And it was like, that was the play that I'm like, he is just beyond his years. What was your take on this?
Yeah, no. First off, I want to shout out the defense. Defense came to play. They took the ball away. They made Herbert's life hell. And this is exactly how you drew up the defense to be. Like Carter, Burns with a massive sack, KT with another massive game, Dexter with 2 block passes and one being an interception they almost took to the house. That's our all-pro. He looks like he's back and focused and rejuvenated. But that defensive line won the game, man. They played fantastic. And, what else can you say about Jackson Dart and Cam Scotabo for that matter too? Yeah. 2 of our rookies, and in a game where we lost our best player offensively, the numbers are not going to look great for Dart. We have a huge hole at wide receiver. That's going to be a problem. He's probably not going to put up big stats, but I talked about this. This kind of looked like 2022 New York Giants offense. They were able to move the ball by just doing enough, right? Just getting getting first downs. But Dart looks like he has that it factor, man. That it factor that he will do whatever is needed to get that first down, make the good play. And I go back to what Tiki was saying on the radio a couple days ago, last week. Like, we had all these playmakers, but nobody that make plays. Jackson Dart is a guy. It seems like he makes plays. He does what he needs to do to get that team to win.
Yeah,
he hurt his hammy. He gutted through it, and it kind of scared me because I was like, he's going to make this worse. This is how his day is going. He's going to end up. But he gutted it out, and there's rookie mistakes that he made throughout that process that he's gonna learn from it. But he got the job done and got his first W, and Giants fans are just elated.
Yeah, beyond impressed with him on and off the field. He gives a shout out to Russ in the post-game conference. Just super classy with that. And I don't care what his 40 is. His game speed is nice. Like, he has a real burst once he decides to take off, and he's dangerous. Good call by you picking him up in fantasy. That could be. He's gonna have to use his legs a ton. He does have to avoid. Not only did he not avoid the hit when he scrambled for a long one, he looked for the noise. He wanted all the noise. He wants that smoke, dude.
He's got the aura, though. I love it. And listen, you go to New Orleans and get a victory, you're looking at 2-3. Season completely changes at that point.
There's a pulse.
Then you start looking. Yep.
You're gonna have a tough stretch of games after that, but screw it. It's the NFL. Anybody can win any week. Very few untouchable teams. Here's the last thing I'll say. I had 3 friends who are not Giants fans message me after that game because they know I'm a psychotic Giants fan. One's a Lions fan, one is an Eagles fan, and one's a Jets fan. And they all reached out to me separately saying, like, I love your quarterback. Like, I love what he showed. Just tough, grit, little swag, confidence, all of that, willing the team. But he shouted out the defense as he should. Justin Herbert was off balance all day. Great game. Dude. We're going to dive super deep into the Giants game Tuesday night, so come back with us. What's up, Bartlett? He was impressed with how Jackson Dart led that offense against a very good defense. He's a dog. He's obviously lost explosiveness losing neighbors, but it makes it even more impressive what he did. And I would encourage you not to look at the 6 drives we had in the second half without Neighbors because they were really not good. But you don't expect to lose him. Like that's a tough, like wrench in the gears in the middle of a game to just scheme your way out of. And we don't have a Pickens. We don't have a Debo. We don't have a Devontae Smith. Like we Giants have to find something because so far Slayton has been insanely quiet this season. Wan'Dale came out hot and then cooled off. So I think they got to get Theo Johnson going. They got to find somebody to step up in a huge way. They still have Hyatt. But you've seen nothing from Hyatt. He doesn't seem to be on good terms with the coaches. So I would love to see a camp, like not even somebody that's on the roster. Like what I saw from Montreal, Washington,
why not?
You got to find a star now. And you don't trade for one. Maybe you have one. And so I think you got to give some guys chances. And if you're not going to play them like Hyatt, then move on. Do something. Don't just keep them there dressed and not play them. So that's like it's kind of what's the point of having him?
I mean, he got some snaps. He just did nothing with them right now. And again, a lot of that is, it's going to take some time. Rookie quarterback getting like this was his first real practice with the ones all week. So we'll see what he does this week. I think they'll open up the playbook a little bit more every week that Dart is there. So we'll see more. A couple of less sacks, maybe. I don't know. But again, the light was shining a little bit brighter in Giants land. Let's just be happy about this. Let's take this into the next one. Maybe the defense hey, we're going to lean on this defense, okay? Mm-hmm. You're going to have to lean on this defense to get you some wins here. This is what they did it against the Chargers, a very good Chargers team. And shout out Dable. They came up with a good game plan, and it worked. We always talk about how other coaches outcoach Dable all the time. I think Dable did a great job, and Bowen did a pretty good job himself. So he finally put Carter on the edge, and he was making his presence known. Herbert was not comfortable. Can we get this guy a sack? By the way, just like if you go to tackle a quarterback and he's intentional grounds it, you do not get credit for the sack. It's like the NFL has something against Carter. They're like, we can't let this guy get on the board. We can't. But you have Burns, who's leading the league in sacks right now. Yeah. Thibodeau playing great football. These guys are, I love them together, man, and they're going to be together for at least this season and next season. We'll see if Thibodeau gets the big deal after this. He's playing like he's earning it. But, man, we got so much more Giants to talk about. Can't wait for tomorrow, man. But enjoy the Victory Monday. Hope you like the Around the NFL talk. Appreciate the hell out of you guys. Any closing thoughts, Speed? Yeah, fuck the Mets. That's it. That's it for that. We could tell them that. Yeah, we have our what is probably the final skit of our baseball season. Yankees call, Mets call coming out either tonight or tomorrow. We don't know. But we have a fun little skit. Yeah, we're gonna aim for tonight. The Mets just ruined my life as usual. But shout out to all the Yankee fans. You're going to the playoffs. Red Sox, Yankees. What more can you ask for in round one? Awesome stuff. I wanted you to go to the playoffs, both personally and professionally. They don't like us. They don't like their fans. They don't like us. Oh, but we got one more Yankees Mets sketch coming soon. Shout out to there's over 330 if you're watching on Twitter. So hit that like and give Revival a follow on Twitter where all the action is. And appreciate the hell out of you guys watching on YouTube as well. Hit that thumbs up. We will see you Tuesday night, Giant Insider. I think we got Biz and Jerry, but also Bob Papa. Big one. Lots to talk about. Love it. It's going to be a good show, but we vowed to keep these quick, under 35 minutes. That's pretty good. That's good. I'll take it. All right. See you Tuesday night. Peace and blessings. New York's Revival. I'm in the building. Let's go. Live with the Woodlard Roar! Let's go!